Yo, what's going on, guys? Your boy, Mr. The brand new video for you guys today. And this video is being recorded right after the last video that you guys saw. And today, I didn't think I was making this video because I wouldn't have saw it coming. I am shocked and kind of frustrated with San Diego Wave. They fired Casey Stoney, as I like to call her, Drip Stoney, because her outfits are always great. She just straight up drip. They fired Casey Stoney. And the firing of Casey Stoney to me is another one of those examples of a front office just wanted to blame someone for a rough start, because honestly, they have a rough start, but this is a team who won a title, an expansion team who won a title. This is a historic kind of team, right? But yeah, you just fired the manager because of a rough start. If this team won a title previously, clearly they're capable of doing it again, right? So you don't fire the manager, you figure out why you're struggling now. Well, why are they struggling? Well, if you watched the last video, I talked about how Angel City FC has an issue where their midfield isn't creating chances, and they have some issues on their flanks. San Diego Wave, kind of in a similar situation. The Wave, they have no midfield, like virtually no midfield when it comes to being able to create chances. Their midfield couldn't create anything. Jaden Shaw does play Cam, and that's the best they got there. And Jaden does an amazing job. She's the future of women's soccer. Like when it comes to like the people under 21, she's the future. Like she's at the top of that list of under 21 players that we're looking forward to in the future of this team. But outside of her playing Cam, who's in Jade's mostly like a winger when it comes down to it, but she got moved to Cam because the team understood when it came to Stoney. Stoney understood, hey, we need help in the midfield. Let's move Jade to the Cam position so she can just create chances herself. The issue is you can't rely on just one person to create chances. You have to have a team of people create chances. You want like at least one midfielder being the defensive midfielder, then your other two, being more of that chance creator, with one being like a box to box. You get your attacking midfielder, your box to box, and your defending midfielder. Either way, you want all three to come back on defense anyways. But you need more than just one person being that chance creator for your team. Not only that, when it comes down to the forwards, there's nothing really there. And for some people who don't watch the game, you're like, but they have Alex Morgan. Clearly that means something. Alex Morgan hasn't been the same Alex Morgan that you know of for a while. Yes, she has some injury problems this year and even last year, but when she plays, Alex Morgan is basically just missing the net. Like she couldn't score a goal if the keeper just went like that and just let her score. Like she's struggling to score goals. So even when chances are created for Alex Morgan, she's not really scoring. And that's kind of why we watch the friendlies for the national team. Excuse my sister making a lot of noise. If you watch the friends for the national team, you hear the announcer talking about how she needs to do something to keep her spot because there's a lot of forwards who are trying to make that Olympic team, and Alex Morgan hasn't done anything to like warrant keeping her spot, other than just being the name Alex Morgan. So outside of that, she's not even like not internationally, and when it comes to the league, not much is going on with Alex Morgan to where it's like to what warrants it. Am I saying that they should like get rid of Alex Morgan? No, I'm not saying that. She sells tickets, and sometimes you gotta keep people in, who are the star. But you want to get her some help. You want to get either a second forward, and you play a formation that involves having two forwards, or you get wingers who also can get into the box and create chances for Morgan or score themselves. And again, Matt to midfield. Now, that's just what I think, but let's go back to Casey Stoney. Is Stoney the problem? Because you could say, well, having the right players to do the job is going to fall down to the manager. Sure, but the manager's not the only person who pays the bills. There's other people who are above her who supplies the money, who supplies the players. That front office has to supply her with the players to have success. And not just that, players got to play. If you play for any of these teams, no matter who your coach is, you need to perform. And if you're not performing, it's on you. So Kate Stone losing her job is on the players of the Wave. Every single Wave player, she lost her job because of you. If you're upset and you're mad that she lost her job, understand that she lost her job because you're not performing well. Whether you are the star player or someone who is riding the bench, she lost her job because of you, because you have to perform and you're not. You can say you're trying, whatever, the other teams are just doing better. Who knows? Maybe they're one or two players away from figuring that out. Maybe again, like I said, the interest of video. Maybe there's just a tactic for formation change that needs to happen that solves the problem. I don't know. There's a reason why I'm not a paid coach and just a dude talking on YouTube. I don't have the answer, but I do know the answer is not firing Casey Stoney, who I hope and assume will find a job very, very quickly. She's a great coach, a great manager. She's great at her job. She did the same thing when she was in Europe. When she was, I think she was the manager of Manchester United. She's going to find another job and be fine. There's jobs open. The French national team, their head coach is leaving. There's a door open for Casey Stoney. Matter of fact, if you're Angel City FC, maybe you consider firing Becky Tweed for Stoney, or any team in NWSL you think of jumping on to getting Stoney into your locker room. And I just, it's a sad day for soccer, in my opinion. This is a sad day if you're a Wave fan, because you don't want to see Stoney lose her job. You don't see Seattle kicking out Laura Harvey. Seattle's struggling. Seattle is a team who's known to be great. They're historically one of the best teams in NWSL, but they're struggling. You don't see them kicking out Laura Harvey. But the San Diego Wave, struggling after having a great year last year, told Stoney to kick rocks. That's the act of a franchise who are going to constantly go backwards. Because I think it's a mistake to fire Casey Stoney. It's a mistake, and like I said, you can tell how the successful franchise can be based on these kind of decisions. Mark my words when I say this: the Wave are going to take a step backwards. You won't see them take a step forward at the firing Casey Stoney. You might see like the interim coach get a win or two because it is a talented team, but for the most part, they're just going to go backwards, and other teams are going to surpass them. You know, unless they're in talks with France's freaking manager, and maybe that's why he's leaving France. Unless they're in talks with him, and that's why they did it. Like maybe they're doing like some behind closed doors shit chatting, and he said yes, and they're like, all right, and they fire Stoney. Possible. These teams are shady. But anyways, that's it for me. I hope you all enjoyed. Catch you guys on the next video. Be a boy, Mr. Marcher. I'll see you when I see you. I'm out of here. Just